There's an Einstein quote that says something like, when the last bee dies, mankind's got about 3 years. My name's Reg Marsh. I grew up in Katoomba on the Blue Mountains. I had an uncle who lived at Maroubra that my brother and I used to visit fairly regularly, and he had a couple of hives in his backyard. And I was always interested in collecting bugs and things, and so he took me down to the beehives, smoked the beehive and opened it up and showed me right through the beehive and how he managed them. And then later on I got caught up with a lot of heavy sports training stuff and found myself eating a lot of honey, because one of the top coaches in Australia in those days said that if you wanted to be a great athlete you had to have raw fruit, rolled oats and honey for breakfast. And I remembered my uncle's beehives and decided that we'd get a beehive out of a hollow tree in the bush at Katoomba, and that's how I started keeping bees. You can see a lot of pollen coming in on their legs. See the yellow pollen? I mean, the temperament of the bees is hard to judge sometimes. It's a good idea to be prepared, as they say in the Boy Scouts. Somewhere in here we've got a queen. Now the queen's on the face of the comb here. The age of the queen is an important factor in how vigorous and well stocked with bees the hive will be. And what they know is that after about 2 years the queen starts to drop off in her egg laying capacity. Okay, if I decided this queen was past her use by date, or was suffering some disease or something like that, an option is to requeen the hive. So I'd either have to breed a new queen or buy one from a queen breeder. And when you buy the queen, they'll be in these little cages. So the queen goes in plus her escorts, that's clipped down, that's closed like that. This little bit's full of the candy for them to eat, and they come in the post with a little sign, Queen Bees, deliver quickly. Once I've got that new queen, I've got a choice here of taking this queen and putting her in a cage by herself, what's called storing her in a queen bank, or just squashing her head, killing her, and dropping her back in the hive, so the hive knows that she's dead. So I've got got stung in the palm of the hand. There's half a dozen or so businesses around the Shire here where I sell my honey. Originally my plan was just to produce the honey, put it in a 44-gallon drum, ring up one of the big packers like Capilano and say come and get it. Capilano started to import honey from China, and they got it very cheaply from China, and they then offered the Australian beekeepers the cheaper price. And at that point I said, I will pack and sell my own honey. My business manager, who's in earshot, can rattle all these off for me. Margaret, am I allowed to talk?
No. I pay all the bills, right? And I collect all the money. I can't do what Reg does. He does all the hard physical work and organises his bees and raises queens. So I do the other side of it. And it's a good partnership that way. Yeah. It's not my scene at all, right? It's purely Reg's scene.
Out of every 3 mouthfuls that we eat, that 2 of them are dependent on honeybee pollination. So people are concerned that honeybees might be in trouble. There's been a lot of publicity about the colony collapse disorder. It's not occurring in Australia yet. It is in every other beekeeping country in the world, and the experts tell us it's going to arrive here. It's just a matter of when. The Americans are losing 40 to 50% of all their hives every winter, so it's fairly serious. We don't have it here yet, thank goodness. So far, touch wood, no.
More and more people are becoming interested in having a couple of hives in the backyard or a hive in the backyard. I think there's been a change. It's like more people are keeping chooks again. It's popular and people are concerned, so I think more people will keep beehives.